What's going on, dudes and dudettes? So, yes, both LeBron and AD did sign some pretty big extensions for their contracts this week. LeBron James signed a 2-year, $87 million extension, which basically the season coming up after this was going to be a player option, but now it's guaranteed. So he's basically going to be with the Lakers for 3 more seasons, which is all cool. It is a lot of money, but I guess this is kind of just them making sure that they are going to keep these guys and not go after a guy like Giannis, because they're not going to have any money. So yeah, it kind of sucks that they can't add like another third star. There's still a possibility they could do it next season, not this season coming up, because that offseason, Kyle Kuzma he could actually get an extension on his rookie deal this year, and then they could do a sign and trade or something like that, or wait till next year to do a sign and trade with some other team to make the money work. But yeah, either way, that's how you get another star, is to get rid of Kuzma. But we'll see how he develops this year, because you don't have to trade him if you don't want to this year. But yes, just a lot of wait and see with him now. And yes, as I mentioned, Anthony Davis, he did agree to a 5-year, $190 million around there extension. It actually saves the Lakers some money. He could have waited till the next offseason and his contract would probably be north of $200 million. So it's pretty good deal to save a couple roster spots right there for them. But we'll see how that goes. I mean, definitely glad he's willing to stick around a while. Just gotta re-sign certain guys like Dennis Schroeder that they made a trade for as well, the point guard, because he'll be a free agent after this season. And like I said, to look at some other guys as well who are cheap out there on the market for trades or re-signing guys to the next couple years for them. Then Jake Garcia, one of the top quarterbacks coming out of high school. He's out of California, but he went over to Georgia recently to be able to at least have some sort of games under his belt for his senior year. And there was a lot of talk that he might decommit from USC just because he got a lot of interest from like teams in Florida, and people were wondering that's why he moved out there, but really wasn't the deal. He always said he was 100% committed, but now just recently he has opened up his recruitment, which means he's no longer committed to USC, and it's kind of expected. Now I hear like Florida State, Miami as well is interested in him, but either way, as long as he doesn't go to a Pac-12 school, I'm cool with that. But I think it's more of an indication that USC is going to end up getting another quarterback from Utah that I mentioned before, Jackson Dart, who I said was rising up the ranks just because of how good of a year he had, and his team did win the state championship out there. And I think he's going to end up committing, which is cool because USC needs to get 2 quarterbacks this year anyway. And I think this guy looks a little bit more developed for the offense than Jake Garcia. So I'm not really tripping over him not committing, but of course a lot of people are saying it's all Helton's fault and we're going to have to deal with him and all this stuff. But yeah, I think it's just because they fell in love more with Jackson Dart, and I like him, so I'm not too scared about the whole situation, so I'll go with it for now. Then speaking of Florida State, Jaden Woodby, he was like one of the top California guys coming out of high school 2 years ago in 2018, but sadly he chose like 2 schools. He chose like Ohio State at first, but then he officially went to Florida State, and he's been pretty good for them. He's pretty consistent. He did end up missing 1 year because of an injury, but he's been one of the better players out there, and for some reason he wanted to transfer. You'd think he would just have gone to the NFL, but he still wants to play another year this next year. So I'm hoping USC is still in the running, because they were in his top 5 or top 4, whatever, when he was deciding. But Ohio State could be in the mix as well, which sucks. I just hope it doesn't happen, but it'd be great to have him as a safety for USC, his hometown, and they definitely need some help at that safety position. And then Josh Moore, another wide receiver, that USC had committed to them has actually decommitted. He's out of the state of Georgia. I think this has more to do with USC signing Kyron Ware-Hudson out of Mater Dei the other day that I mentioned, but I just think it's a better situation to have Hudson on the team than Moore, because Moore was always a defensive player in high school. He just barely plays wide receiver now, and that's why he chose USC, he said, because they were going to give him an opportunity at wide receiver, but he hasn't really played that position a whole lot. So if he goes to Stanford, where he was committed before, that's cool. I don't think it really matters, but I think it's better to get a guy like Hudson, a better overall recruit than Josh Moore. So good luck to him. But yeah, I'm definitely glad we have Hudson, more of a local kid. And then Justin Herbert, this is the second straight month that he was named Rookie of the Month for the Chargers. So, I mean, like I said, he's putting up numbers. It's looking good for his own personal stats. It's just coming in a lot of losses here. I don't think they've won in over a month. So it's been a fun ride for Chargers fans. So, well, I guess we'll keep it going, and we'll hope for more losses, get higher in the top 5. As of right now, I believe they are top 5, but try to get worse than the Cowboys. We'll try our best. So, of course, Melvin Ingram's season is now done after being put on IR. Said he should have been traded a long time ago, but hopefully they get something back in return. Never know. And then when it comes to the Lakers season starting, I believe they get the Clippers on opening day, but a few days after that, on Christmas Day, they get to play Luka Doncic and the Dallas Mavericks in the main middle game, so 5 p.m. Pacific time. So it's awesome that they're being highlighted like that. There's a lot of good matchups, a lot of Duke guys playing on Christmas Day as well, so it's a good thing for me at least. And then when it comes to the Lakers, also they did sign Jared Dudley. They brought him back on a 1-year, 2-point-something veterans deal. So really, I think it comes out to $5 million altogether. But if you sign a player to a veteran deal, I think the NBA pays half of that, which is why the Lakers are only paying $2.5 million. So it's a good deal. So he's a good locker room guy. He's not going to really help you on the court, but locker room presence, I think he's all right. I hate him when he's not on the Lakers. So I used to hate him when he was at Boston College and Duke had to play him, but at least he's on the correct team right now. And USC basketball did get a W earlier this week against BYU. Pretty good team out there. They did it pretty convincingly. The Mobley brothers, Evan and Isaiah, both had double-doubles, which was cool to see, but they did lose a close one to UConn last night. It sucked. I think it was only by 3 points they lost, and they were missing their starting point guard, Ethan Anderson. So pretty sure if he played and they weren't shooting so many bricks last night, missing a lot of shots, they probably would have won that game. But you live and you learn. That's how you get that saying out. And then Anthony Lynn recently had a quote saying that he believes he's the right coach for the job for the Chargers, but it's not up to his decision, and he's correct, but I don't think it's going to even be up to Tom Telesco, the GM's decision as well. But you never know. The guy seems to be a favorite with the Spanos family. I don't get it. And then USC football, they were finally able to return to practice this week, I believe on Tuesday. So they keep getting healthier players from the COVID list every single day, but they haven't really been saying which players they are, which is kind of weird, but I don't know. We'll see how that goes. They said they have the minimum amount, and there shouldn't be a problem because the game got pushed to Sunday. So both teams should have a lot of good enough healthy players. So we'll see how it goes, and hopefully USC won't lose that one because they definitely need this victory no matter what. Even I'm pretty sure they're not going to get to the finals, but at least get into some other type of thing. But yeah, speaking of USC, their main kicker the last 2 years, Chase McGrath, who was a walk-on from a local school but ended up earning his scholarship last year, he has entered the transfer portal because I believe he suffered an injury during the summer, and that's the main reason why the freshman kicker Parker Lewis had to start this year and has been starting and has been doing really good so far. So I believe he just decided to enter the transfer portal, see where he goes. He is a pretty good, solid kicker. Made a game-winning kick, game-tying and a game-winning kick against Texas when Texas played at USC. So I have a lot of love for him, but good luck to him wherever he goes. And then the Chargers signed a punter to their practice squad, Edward Lachon. I know the last name is like weird, Lachon or something like that. I don't know why they signed him to the practice squad unless they don't have any more confidence in their punter right now, Long. I don't think it's him. I think it's just special teams all around. They let a couple key guys go in free agency that did play on the kicking team, so, and the coverage team. So I think it's more of that than, you know, the kicker. They have a lot of rookies playing, which sucks. And then, excuse me, when it comes to Chargers playing games in California, might have to end up changing the location, kind of like how San Francisco did, where they're now playing their home games at Arizona, where the Cardinals play. So because of these newer restrictions and lockdowns, or pretty much stay-at-home stuff that's going to be happening in California soon, then they might have to go. I don't know where. They can't go to Arizona unless they go to the colleges out there. I mean, they could go up to Denver. I'm thinking of just anywhere close by, maybe Vegas, share with the Raiders, because they'll eventually play the Raiders. But I don't know. We'll see how that goes. Should be very interesting. Thanks for watching, people. Like and subscribe. Comment down below. Let me know what y'all think. Have a great rest of your day. Bye now.